Sounds good. Sounds good. Well, hey, like I said, 4 great guests on. 1 is coming on here any second now. Guys, 10-2 combined mixed martial arts record, 3 wins in a row in the UFC, coming off a mega win at UFC Kansas City. Welcome back to the show, Evan Elder. What's up, Evan? How are you, brother? We started off the show wonky too. We did too. So
I have to say hello there, Erwin. It's been apparently we've never had you on Bananas. Apparently we've never done this before, even though I've been on Fight Bananas, and apparently we really need to do this interview. So I know. For those very confused by what has just occurred on the show, I haven't even informed Dave about this. So for some backstory, Evan used to stay with Grant and I every time he would come up to Kansas City and train. So this was a really favorite clip of ours.
Sometimes I don't watch the news because I'm a kid, and apparently Grandpa just gives me a remote after we watch the Powerball.
Literally anytime you come up ever, Grant and I are like, apparently.
There goes our YouTube. We're going to get a strike for showing that video. It's probably got so many likes on YouTube.
Oh, I'm sorry. That video is
viral. How long ago was that video?
Oh, I don't even know.
Really? Never seen it. Wow. Insane. Did I get Evan, coming off a big win, UFC Kansas City. Tell us about, for one, new opponent, Gage, short notice, and then I thought the UFC commentary team did a great job of, like, you know, your guys' history and maybe training to back in the day and all that, and fighting Kansas City. Felt like it was a lot. When your fight came on, felt like the night got going. A lot of history there in that fight. So just put a bow on it for us. Yeah. Yeah.
Have you not heard? Feel free to talk about it. Like, yeah.
Evan, actually, let me remove you and come back in. A couple people are saying it's having trouble.
That doesn't really make sense though, because then we wouldn't be able to.
Evan, you can hear us, right, and see us good?
Well, I think it's a connection. I don't otherwise we wouldn't be able to hear Evan.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Sorry.
That's all
real
good.
Quick, I know Ellis probably got 5 things for you, Evan, real quick, but something you said there was it just jumped at me. I'm intrigued. This is probably such a casual question for me to ask. You know, like you said, you engage a little bit of history, training, being in the same room a little bit. Do you guys kind of know? Like, do you guys know before the fight happens that night, like, hey, we have do you kind of know what's going to happen that night? Do you feel pretty strong one way or another, or it's wonky, people change, you never know what's going to happen on fight night?
I would lean more towards the second. You know, I think that kind of both, you know, like dude, and it's been a while. It's been a while since we trained. I feel like, yeah, actually it's been a decent amount of time since we trained together. And I'm sure both of us have gotten significantly better since the last time we trained. And you don't know how fast somebody is or is not evolving in the gym whenever you're not training with them. So, you know, he could have thought that, you know, dude, I've freaking improved a ton. I'm gonna come out here and I'm gonna shock this dude, you know. And but also at the same time, it really is, to me, it's just about, bro, you can I've seen world beaters in the gym. I mean, dudes that like have unbelievable potential that just can't put it together on fight night, you know. So when it comes down to it, when you get under the lights, when those intentions are fucking ill, when you're trying to hurt each other, when all the pressure's on, when it matters, when it counts, that's the only time that it really matters. You know, that's the only time that it counts for what you can do, you know. So you can do or say or think or whatever you want to do in the gym, but let's see how it plays out in the cage. And so I would be more in the train of thought of the the later part of the question, you know, of like, we're gonna have to see how that plays out in a fight, man. You know, Gage is a gamer. He really is. Like that dude shows up on fight night and I was really impressed with his composure. He seemed real composed for like UFC debut in front of a big crowd, home crowd, you know. Seemed like he was real present. There was one point in the fight, my corner kept yelling at me like, chop his leg. And he looked at me, he was like, do it. Chop it. I started laughing, dude. I was super impressed with how present and composed he is, you know, because my UFC debut, I got smashed by the nerves, dude. I fumbled it so bad. I was like, so no, man.
Like Carlos Pratt's in the first 3 rounds against Ian Gary. Come on.
Bro. Dude, that was crazy. I can't believe he about got him out of there in the 5th. But
yeah, he almost did.
But yeah, no, man, I think that I wouldn't say I don't think anybody ever should feel like they know what's going to happen in a fight. You know, it's like, oh no, I know what's going to happen, bro. That's how you get fucking slept.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I know. And then all of a sudden it just takes one and you're like, oh, I guess I didn't know. But no, man, you always got to see how that's going to play out in the fight.
I definitely want to ask specifically about, obviously you know Gage, you were getting ready for Gage, like you said. He's always been known for his striking, and I definitely saw you trying to implement a lot of the wrestling. You've always had a really well-timed shot in a lot of your fights. And I thought Gage's takedown defense looked very much improved from his Contender Series fight. Was your plan to be able to wrestle a little bit more?
Honestly, well, there was a really bad failed takedown attempt in the second round. I actually, I'm not even kidding. I was so present in the fight. Like, I feel like I did a really good job this time of like staying calm, staying composed. Like I was really there the whole time. And, in the first round, I think I hit him with something hard and we got kind of close and he grabbed me and then I turned it around. We were on the cage and, dude, I thought for sure I was about to smoke him with a takedown. I reversed him, grabbed a single, pulled him off the cage, got the body lock, felt like I was in good position to lift. I went to lift and I think he hooked the inside of my leg and then he bumped me real hard or something. And it totally knocked me off balance. Fucked up that takedown. And then in the second round, actually in between the first round, I was asking my corners, I was like, hey, how do we look? You know, like, should I be trying to find a takedown? And they're like, bro, no, you're fine. Like, you're killing it on the feet. Don't even worry about the takedown. Let's get the finish on the feet. And so I was really just going to throw a takedown out there just to keep him honest, just to make him think that I was thinking about it. But I shot a hard shot. And as I went in, he must have hit me with his hip real hard, and it bumped me. I like really fell off balance. And dude, I ended up on my back. I spun around. We scrambled back up to the feet, and I threw a head kick really quick to try to erase all that nonsense. But yeah,
as you think it did.
I was like, what? In my head, in the fight, I literally was like, okay, I'm gonna look for this takedown. I shot the takedown, and all of a sudden I was on my back, and I literally was like, what the fuck just happened? How did I end up on my back like this?
Demetrius Johnson was proud of the scramble and the head kick. He was proud, dude.
Oh, for real?
No. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, you.
What just happened?
I don't know. Are we here? Are we back? Are we good?
Demetrius Johnson did not like that part. He was taking it off.
I guess so. He was like, hey, he threw us into the void.
Yeah, the Wi-Fi is wonky. I'm sorry, guys. I think it's on me. But
oh, you're good. You're good. But yeah. So anyway, sorry, I'm doing a terrible job articulating. I keep just rambling. But
no, you're fine, brother.
As far as wrestling, I was like, in going into the fight, I thought it was going to be a good, my easiest path to victory because I look at Gage as more of a striker. But then I think I felt totally fine. I felt like I was, I really figured I was on my way to stopping him on the feet. I really thought the leg kicks and the body kicks were going to end up crippling him. And apparently that was not the case. But so I really didn't feel the need to wrestle that much. I was more so trying to keep him honest with, like, you know, to use it to set up my striking.
Right. Go ahead.
I was gonna say real quick on that is, like, how high level where did you have to be professionally? Was it in the UFC or before the UFC? You go into a game plan like anyone, like a banker has a set day, and then when they spill their coffee in their car, it's like, oh shit. But like moms, right? Like they can just roll with the punches. Kids can throw them. They're fine. Like you were just like, hey, I had a game plan, and then all of a sudden it didn't maybe go the way I thought it was. You flipped it, but like I said, you look phenomenal. You won the fight. The commentators were very high on you afterwards. 3 wins in the UFC is hard to do, Evan. You're on the way up. Like, when professionally did you be like, hey, I'm good anywhere. I feel good wherever I got to do my thing. I'm going to win the fight.
I mean, honestly, probably this fight.
Okay.
I feel like, I feel like I don't have, I kind of look at myself as like a high level generalist is like the way I like to describe myself. Is just like, sure. I'm not elite anywhere. You know, like I think of like a Grant Dawson, for example. I'm like, dude, that motherfucker will maul anybody on the ground. Like I know
even a gorilla, a silverback gorilla, he can probably beat up too.
Bro, I'm betting the house on Grant anytime.
That gorilla up. When Grant comes in later.
Dude, I love Grant. But he bro, I mean, you know what that dude's gonna do.
Yeah.
Right. Same thing with like a Carlos Prates. You know that dude's gonna try to fucking snipe your head off with the left hand. I don't really have anything. I'm not like I don't think you look at me and you're like, oh, this dude is definitely a this, you know. I'm like, he's just I'm a pretty generic MMA fighter. You know, I started in MMA. I started in wrestling. I wrestled for 7th and 8th grade year. And then I started training MMA, but very, very little wrestling background. It's not like I was wrestling since I was 6 and went D1 or something like that. So basically I started in MMA. All of my skills kind of rose together, you know? So I look at myself kind of like a high level generalist. So I think that, now I really do think I have kind of rose my levels and my skills to where I really feel like I'm competent to where I can compete with anybody anywhere. Not that I'm an expert or elite anywhere, but if I get somebody that's trying to, elite at holding people down. I think I'm competent enough to be able to get back up and
Right.
to defend myself there. I might try to compete back with him in that realm, but I'll be competent enough to defend myself to be able to get back to where I want to be able to put the fight. And I do think that will be one of my, I think I'll end up being I kind of really see I like to envision and picture myself a lot like a Dustin Poirier character of like, not necessarily, like when you think of Dustin, I think boxing mostly, but he's got nasty grappling. He's good everywhere. He's super well-rounded everywhere, but he's not like only going to do this one thing. And also, I think that one of his greatest skills and attributes is like his heart, his will to fight, toughness, like just grittiness. And I think that's part of my fight game too. And maybe that's just part of being like a general MMA fighter. I don't know, because that seems like to be part of the character build. But yeah,
5'9", white, got the hair. It's the prototype. The prototype. You know what I mean?
It's the prototype. Let's go. I need to
for Halloween, the MMA prototype. They're Evan.
Let's go.
Characters in the video game.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I have to ask, you had a very unique injury. That knee at the end of the fight, I think, is probably what did it.
Yeah.
How bad did it hurt to split your
KGB?
Erwin?
What up, dog? We was just talking about you.
We're just talking about you.
You're always talking about me on this show.
Always. How could we not, bro?
Congrats on your last win.
Oh, thank you, bro. Thank you. We're talking about my nose getting ripped open right now. I don't think you can really see it, but yeah, it was
a lot of stickers.
Bro, I'm pretty expert level at getting hurt.
This happened a long time ago, but a lot of people don't know is he actually got his jaw broken in half.
I did.
Right, yeah. right down the middle. Like he got it split in half. He's got a picture of it. It's actually really gnarly.
Spinning wheel kick from a wrestling practice, essentially.
If I remember correctly, you weren't even you were getting in between a group to keep them safe, right?
Yeah.
And somebody got thrown and the heel went. This is why I'm not joking. Every time I get in between a group, I cover my face and my groin just because something crazy's coming.
Dude, I still to this day, anytime I'm like going to break people up, like or like just make sure groups don't run into each other, I'm like, I don't know about this. I've been here before. But yeah, I had
how long were you out with a broken jaw?
It took. I mean, I was like no contact for like 6 or 7 months. But what'd you say?
You still have the X-ray?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how well it'll show.
Just send me the picture of it. Send me the picture of it. We'll share it and collab it with you.
I never knew that. I never knew that.
Yeah, yeah. Here, I got it right here. I have a injuries photo album.
The MMA, the life of an MMA fighter.
Here you go. Let me send this to L. See how.
Yeah, I can pull it up on the screen if
That's
you.
So funny. That's what. Grant, we'll talk later about it, brother. But dude, if there was 100 Grant Dawsons, would you be able to defeat a silverback gorilla?
100 Grant Dawsons?
Yes, bro.
So
or just one.
No weapons, just one versus 100.
So here's the question that needs to be answered. Is our survival based on defeating this gorilla?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, we could.
L's gone forever if you don't win.
Yes, we could.
There you go. Thank you.
We're gonna lose a lot of Grants along the way.
I agree.
But
here is the picture.
Oh.
Here, let me pull up he has like an image file, like a
no way.
I thought I was missing a tooth, but I wasn't. All my teeth were fine. Just my jaw was not.
That is gnarly.
Gosh, that's a big crack.
Yeah, dude. It was wild. We were at wrestling practice. The mats were super crazy packed, and we were doing 3-man groups, so we had like one person out. Oh no, what happened?
Oh no, you keep talking.
My bad. I thought I just disconnected. But Yeah, we were in like three people groups, so we had one person out, and somebody almost ran into our group and moved out of the way or whatever. And then there was 2 groups right next to me that were about to run into each other. So I was like, oh, I'll get in between them. And as one of them almost ran into me, I turned around, and as I turned around, somebody had got hip tossed, and his foot was flying through the air. And as I turned around, I got met with a foot to the face, and the heel just freaking hit me right in the front of the chin and broke it down the middle.
Did you go in punches?
Not really. It was like I got super rocked. Bing, but
Chin in MMA
him is Drew Dober.
You know what I think it was? I think it was because my mouth was open. I wasn't like I was like biting down on a mouthpiece because we were wrestling. I didn't even have a mouthpiece in or nothing. And I think that's why my jaw broke so bad was because my mouth was open. So my jaw just took all of the impact as opposed to like biting down and that force being distributed throughout like the rest of my head. It just took it all right on the freaking tip of the chin.
That's so insane. I got 2 more things real quick, but our next guest is about to come on, so we'll let you run. We got to do this again. We have to have a whole longer.
For sure. Let me know. Let me know.
With the jaw, is it like, are you 100% back? Like, did the jaw?
I think it's good.
That's so
but
wild to see that crack.
That was like 5 years ago, something like that. I still got 2 little bitty plates. They're real thin, but 2 little plates.
Like a superhero.
That's right, man. I hope. That's what I'm hoping.
Right there.
Yeah, your chin's unmatchable. Last thing for you, real quick. I know it's total left field question. It's so funny when you texted me. I was like, oh, I had your number from years past, and I looked through our texts. I remember you said one of your first texts. Later, Grant. We'll talk to you later, brother.
Peace out, KGD.
Later, guys.
You said, remember with Dustin Lampros, you were roommates with Dustin the first time we ever talked. Do you see everything that he's been doing with all the, I don't know what the child, like, that's crazy, right? That's amazing.
Yeah, no, Scrap's still my guy, man. That's one of my homies, man. He's one of my best friends, but
cool.
Yeah, man, he's out here doing the Lord's work for sure.
Yeah, amazing.
Dude, it is absolutely insane how often he's able to catch these child predators. Like, I mean, that's in one area. Like, that's not like he's like traveling the world doing this. Like, he's literally just right there where he's at. It's like that sick. Frequent. It's really scary.
I mean, I got 4 kids, man. Like like I reach out to Dustin all the time. And I just like do a prayer emoji or thank you. Like anytime one of those scumbags is off, the beaten path of just where we live and everything. I love it. So, man, crazy. Evan, like I said, our next guest is coming through. Congratulations. 3 wins in a row in the UFC. That's hard to do. Not a lot of men do that. So, Evan, we love it, man. We love watching the rise up for you.
Thank you so much, guys. Love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Let's hop back on here soon.
Yeah, for sure. Evan Elder, guys.
Right.
UFC stud. There we go.
I have it.
Dude, that was good. We could have won for a while.